The marketplace exploded into chaos. Maya saw the tactical team half a second before they moved. Three operators in civilian clothes, hands reaching under jackets, eyes locked on her through the crowd of afternoon shoppers. Her body reacted before her mind caught up. Muscle memory from a life she'd tried to forget. Contact! 3 o'clock! She screamed, grabbing Junwoo's arm and yanking him sideways as the first suppressed shots punched through the air. Silenced weapons. Professional gear. The fruit stand beside them exploded in a shower of oranges and splintered wood. Junwoo's hand went to his concealed pistol, but Maya was already moving, dragging him into the dense crowd. Don't engage! They want me alive, which means they'll shoot through anyone to get me! More shots. A woman screamed. The crowd stampeded in every direction. Pure panic. Maya used the chaos, weaving through bodies with Junwoo right behind her. She caught a glimpse of the lead, operator, Asian woman, early 30s, moving with deadly precision through the panicked shoppers. Maya's blood turned to ice. She knew that face, had trusted that face, had called that woman her friend. Sarah Chen, Maya whispered, the name like poison on her tongue. They burst from the market into a narrow alley. Sangmin's SUV screeched around the corner. He'd been trailing them as security, thank God. The back door flew open. Get in! Sangmin roared. Maya dove in headfirst with Junwoo right behind her. Bullets sparked off the armored vehicle. Go, go, go! The SUV launched forward, tires screaming. Through the rear window, Maya saw Chen standing in the middle of the street, calmly speaking into her radio, watching them escape with the cold patience of a predator who knew the hunt had just begun. What the hell was that? Junwoo demanded, breathing hard. Who are they? Maya's hands were shaking. She pressed them against her thighs to stop the tremor. My past. The people who killed my team. They found me. The woman leading them. You knew her. Agent Sarah Chen. She was my teammate in Afghanistan. My friend. Maya's voice cracked. I watched her die. Or I thought I did. But if she's alive, if she's working for Reeves... She couldn't finish the sentence. The betrayal was too vast. Too complete. Sangmin took a sharp corner, checking mirrors constantly. Boss, we've got 2 vehicles following. Black sedans. Government plates. Can you lose them? In Seoul traffic? I can try. Then try faster. They're not just following, they're hurting us. Maya leaned forward, her tactical mind overriding her shock. They want us to go somewhere specific, somewhere they control. Where? Away from witnesses, away from cameras, somewhere they can take us quietly. She scanned the route Sangmin was driving. Turn left at the next intersection. Now. Sangmin obeyed without question. The SUV swung hard left, throwing everyone sideways. Behind them, the pursuit vehicles split up. One followed, one continued straight. They're boxing us, Maya said grimly. Standard containment protocol. We need to... The second pursuit vehicle appeared in front of them, blocking the narrow street. Hold on! Sangmin threw the SUV into reverse, backing up at terrifying speed. The vehicle behind them accelerated forward, trying to pin them between both cars. Maya's breath came faster. The walls were closing in. Too many enemies. Too much exposure. This was how it had started in Afghanistan. Surrounded. Outmaneuvered. Betrayed by people she'd trusted. Her vision started to tunnel. The SUV's interior became the Humvee in Kandahar. Sangmin's voice morphed into Marcus's last words. The sound of tires became gunfire. Maya, Junwoo's hand gripped her shoulder, firm and grounding. Stay with me. We're getting out of this. She blinked, forcing herself back to the present. Service alley, 50 meters ahead on the right. Too narrow for their vehicles. Sangmin saw it and made the decision instantly. The SUV mounted the curb, scattering pedestrians, and shot into the alley with inches to spare on each side. The pursuit vehicles couldn't follow. Too wide, too heavy. They emerged on a busy commercial street. instantly lost in traffic. Sang-min made 4 more random turns before anyone spoke. Safe House 3, Junwoo ordered, and make damn sure we're not followed. Welcome to Afro-Korean Story Hub. Hey everyone, please tell us where you're watching from in the comments and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Your support makes all the difference for us to keep creating these emotional stories. The safe house was a nondescript apartment in a working-class neighborhood, the kind of place Junwoo's organization kept for emergencies. Small, cramped, but secure, Maya sat on the worn couch, head in her hands, trying to control her breathing while Sang-min swept for bugs, and Junwoo made calls to his security team. All clean, Sang-min reported. No tracking devices, no surveillance, we're secure. For now, Maya said hollowly. Chen's good. Better than good. She'll find us. Junwoo ended his call and sat beside her. Tell me about her. Everything. Maya's laugh was bitter. What do you want to know? That we trained together for 3 years? That she saved my life twice in Mosul? That I was going to be her maid of honor before... Her voice broke. Before Kandahar, before everything went to hell. What happened that night? The question she'd been running from for 2 years. Maya closed her eyes, and suddenly she was back there. The desert, the compound, the moment everything shattered. The memory hit like a physical blow. Maya was transported, no longer in the soul. Safe house, but standing in the Afghan desert under a moonless sky. She was younger, harder, wearing full tactical gear with lieutenant's bars on her vest. Her team of 6 moved in perfect formation toward the compound, a cluster of mud brick buildings surrounded by walls. Their target, Dr. Hassan Nazari, a weapons scientist who wanted to defect with evidence of an illegal arms program. Overwatch, this is ground team. We're at the perimeter, Maya whispered into her radio. Static. Then, copy. Ground team. You're clear to proceed. Package is in the main building, 2nd floor. Marcus moved beside her. Tall, confident, the man she loved more than breathing. His hand signal was clear. Move in. They breached smoothly, professionally. The compound seemed empty. Too empty. I don't like this, Chen whispered from behind Maya. Where's the security? Stay sharp, Maya replied. They cleared the 1st floor. Nothing. Started up the stairs. That's when Maya saw it. A tiny red laser dot on Marcus's chest, coming from inside the building ahead. Ambush! She screamed. It's a... The world exploded. Gunfire erupted from every direction. Not from enemy positions, but from their flanks and rear. Soldiers in U.S. military uniforms opened fire on Maya's team. American soldiers! Shooting Americans! Her team went down in seconds. Davis took 3 rounds to the chest. Park's head snapped back. Wilson didn't even have time to scream. Marcus grabbed Maya, threw her behind cover. Run! He shouted. Maya, run! I'm not leaving you. Go, that's an order! He fired covering rounds, giving her precious seconds. Tell the truth about what happened here. Promise me. She ran, hated herself for it, but ran. Behind her, Marcus's weapon fell silent. She heard his scream. Brief, agonized, final. Chen had been ahead of her, also running. Maya saw her teammate take hits, saw her fall behind a bike wall. Called her name, but got no response. Assumed she was dead like all the others. Maya ran through 200 miles of desert. Stole, killed, survived. Barely. Back in the Seoul safe house, Maya opened her eyes to find tears streaming down her face. Junwoo sat quietly beside her, not touching, just present. I left them, Maya whispered. I ran while they died. You survived to tell the truth. That's what Marcus wanted. But Chen survived too, which means everything I thought I knew about that night is wrong. Maya stood, pacing the small room. She was ahead of me when we retreated. I saw her take hits, but If she's alive and working for Reeves, she was part of the betrayal from the beginning, Junwoo finished. Maybe, or maybe Reeves captured her, turned her, threatened someone she loved. Maya's hands clenched into fists. Either way, she knows everything about me. How I think, how I fight, my weaknesses, my triggers. She's the worst possible enemy I could face. Sang-min entered with his laptop. Boss, we've got a problem. Chen's team hit 2 of our safe houses in the past hour. They're systematically eliminating your protective infrastructure. How did they locate our properties so fast? American intelligence resources, satellite surveillance, signal intercepts, financial records. They have access we can't match. Sang-min pulled up security footage. They're not even trying to be subtle. Look. The footage showed Chen's team breaching a safe house door in broad daylight. 4 operators in tactical gear, moving with military precision. They cleared the building in under 2 minutes, planted something inside, and left. What did they plant? Maya asked. Bugs, cameras. They want to know where we go, who we talk to, what we're planning. Sang-min switched feeds. But there's something else. Look at this. Different footage, different location. Chen, standing outside another safe house, looking directly at the security camera. She held up a piece of paper with writing on it. Maya read the words and felt ice flood her veins. You can't hide, Maya. I'm coming for everyone you care about, just like Kandahar. SC. She's taunting you, Junwoo said quietly. No, she's threatening you. Maya turned to face him. This is what I tried to tell you. Everyone I protect ends up dead. Chen will kill you, Sang-min, Ki-jun, everyone in your organization just to get to me. You need to let me go. Now, before more people die because of me. No. Junwoo, I said no. He stood, his voice firm. Chen wants you isolated, alone, easier to capture or kill. That's basic tactics. The moment I let you go, you're dead within hours. Better me than your entire organization. It's not better. His voice rose, frustration breaking through his usual control. You think I don't understand sacrifice? I've lost dozens of men in the past 3 days. Good men. Loyal men. Some I'd known for 20 years. But I don't abandon allies just because the fight gets hard. This isn't your fight. It became my fight the moment you jumped in front of that bullet. Junwoo moved closer, his intensity filling the small room. You saved my life. That creates a bond whether you like it or not, and I don't break my bonds. Maya wanted to argue, but the exhaustion was crushing. You're going to get yourself killed. Probably. But I'd rather die fighting beside someone worth protecting than live another day in a world where loyalty means nothing. He paused. Chen was your friend once. She betrayed that. I won't betray you. That's the difference between us and them. The simple certainty in his voice made Maya's chest tight. When had anyone last had her back unconditionally? When had anyone chosen her over their own safety? You're insane, she said, but there was no heat in it. So you keep telling me. He almost smiled. Now, instead of arguing about whether to abandon each other, let's figure out how to survive this together. Starting with understanding what Chen really wants. She wants me dead. Isn't that enough? If she wanted you dead, you'd be dead. That market attack, they had clear shots, suppressed weapons, could have taken you out before you even knew they were there. But they didn't. Junwoo pulled up the security footage again, studying it. They're hurting you, terrorizing you, breaking you down psychologically before they make their move. Why? Maya forced herself to think tactically, pushing past emotion. Because dead, I'm a martyr, captured and broken, I'm discredited. They want me to recant my story about Kandahar. Admit I was wrong. Say Reeves is innocent, and I'm just a traumatized soldier who cracked. Can they make you do that? Enhanced interrogation? Black site detention? Yeah, eventually they could break anyone, but it would take time and leave evidence. Maya's mind raced. Unless? Unless what? Unless they make me do it voluntarily. Make me so desperate, so guilty about the people dying around me that I surrender and confess to anything they want, just to stop the killing. Understanding crystallized. That's why she's targeting your people. She's weaponizing my guilt. Sangmin spoke up. Then we remove the weapon. Stop caring about casualties. Can't. Maya shook her head. That's what makes us human and them monsters. The moment we stop caring about collateral damage, we become what we're fighting against. Then what do? Junwoo asked. We go on offense. Chen expects me to hide, to run, to protect people defensively. So we do the opposite. We hunt her. Hunt a CIA kill team with unlimited resources? Hunt a woman I trained with for 3 years. I know her patterns, her tactics, her weaknesses. Maya's voice grew stronger. And I know something she doesn't think I know. What? How to hurt her back. Before she could elaborate, Sangmin's phone buzzed. He answered, listened, his expression darkening. Boss, we have a situation. Your information warfare campaign against Daejong? It's working. His commanders are questioning him publicly. 5 territory leaders just requested a meeting with you. They want to defect back to your side. That's good news, Junwoo said. It would be except Daejong knows about it. He just ordered the execution of the 5 commanders' families. Wives, children, parents, everyone. As a message to anyone else thinking about switching sides. The room went silent. When? Junwoo's voice was ice. The hit teams deploy in 2 hours. The families are at their homes, unprotected. We don't have enough people to secure all 5 locations. Maya was already moving toward the weapons cabinet. Yes, we do. How many guards can you mobilize in 30 minutes? Maybe 15 men total. That's 3 per location. Not enough against Daejong's hit squads. It is if I'm with them. Maya checked a pistol, loaded it with practiced efficiency. I can take a team to the most vulnerable location. Even the odds. You just survived 1 ambush, Junwoo said. And now you want to walk into another? I want to stop a massacre of innocents. Isn't that what you said makes us different from them? She met his eyes. Besides, we need those 5 commanders. Their defection breaks Daejong's power. We lose them and their families. We lose our chance to win this. She's right, Sangmin admitted reluctantly. Strategically, protecting those families is critical. Junwoo studied Maya for a long moment. Fine, but I'm going with you. Sangmin, you coordinate the other 4 teams. Get our best fighters to each location. Full tactical gear. Rules of engagement are simple. Anyone threatening the families dies. No warnings. No mercy. Boss? If you're in the field, who runs command? You do. You've been my second for 20 years. You know how I think. Make the calls. Junwoo pulled on a tactical vest, his movements efficient. Maya and I take the Kim family. 2 kids under 10. Grandmother with mobility issues. That's the hardest extraction. It's also the most likely to be a trap, Maya said. If I were Daejong and I knew you'd respond to this, I'd stack my best killers at the most vulnerable target and wait for you to show up. I know, that's why we're going there. He checked his weapon. Because you're right. It's a trap. But sometimes you spring the trap intentionally, on your terms, when you're ready. 15 minutes later, they were in an SUV, heading toward the Kim family home in a residential neighborhood. Maya rode in silence, checking her gear repeatedly. Pistol, spare magazines, tactical knife, ballistic vest that barely fit over her still healing shoulder wound. You're thinking about Afghanistan, Junwoo said quietly. How did you know? Because I think about my failures too. The men I've lost, the choices that got them killed. He kept his eyes on the road. That's the price of command. Every death weighs on you, makes you question every decision, but you can't let it paralyze you. What if I make the wrong call tonight? What if people die because I... Then we live with it and do better next time. That's all we can do. He glanced at her. But I've seen you under fire. Your instincts are good. Trust them. The Kim house appeared ahead, a modest two-story home on a quiet street. Lights on inside. A family having dinner, unaware killers were coming. 2 blocks. Out, Junwoo said into his radio. Status on other locations? Sangmin's voice crackled back. Teams in position at 4 sites. No contact yet. You're the last to arrive. Copy. We're going in. Radio silence unless emergency. They parked a block away and approached on foot, using shadows and landscaping for cover. Maya's training took over, checking angles, marking exits, identifying defensive positions. House is 3-bedroom. Single story, basement, she whispered. Front door, back door, 3 windows facing street, 2 on sides. If I'm planning this hit, I come through the back while someone pins them down from the front. Kitchen is in the back. Family's probably there for dinner. So the kill team breaches rear door, enters kitchen, executes everyone in under 30 seconds. Maya scanned the neighboring houses. But they'll have overwatch. Someone watching for security or police response. Probably in that house across the street. 2nd floor window has direct line of sight. How do you want to play this? I take overwatch position. You get the family into the basement and set up inside. When the kill team breaches, we catch them in a crossfire. You're the one they want. Putting you alone in an enemy position is exactly what I'm trained for. I've done hundreds of these operations. She squeezed his arm briefly. Trust me. I do. That's what worries me. Maya moved like a ghost through the darkness, approaching the suspected Overwatch house from an angle with no sight lines. The back door was locked, but she picked it in 15 seconds. Skills from a previous life. Inside, she cleared the 1st floor silently. Empty. Stairs ahead. She climbed slowly, weapon up, breathing controlled. At the top, a hallway. 3 doors. The middle one showed light underneath. Maya paused outside, listening. 2 voices inside, speaking Korean. Male, casual, conversation. Then one said something that made her blood run cold. The American woman is confirmed in the area. Chen's team is moving to intercept. We're supposed to kill the family after she arrives. Use them as bait. What about Kang? Chen wants him alive if possible, for interrogation about his organization's structure. But if he resists, kill him. So it wasn't just Daijung's hit team. Chen had coordinated with them. This was a trap within a trap. Maya keyed her radio, voice barely a whisper. Junwoo, abort! It's a setup. Chen's here. They're using the family as... The door behind her exploded open. She spun but wasn't fast enough. Someone slammed into her, driving her against the wall. Her weapon clattered away. She fought on pure instinct. Elbow to ribs, heel stomped to instep, head butt to nose. Her attacker grunted but didn't let go. Military training. Professional. They crashed through into the room. 2 men at the window, with rifles, now turning toward the fight. Maya used her attacker's momentum, flipping him over her hip. He landed hard but rolled, coming up ready. That's when she saw his face in the lamplight. Korean, late 20s, dead eyes, and behind him, stepping from the shadows, Sarah Chen. Hello, Maya, Chen said calmly, as if they'd run into each other at a coffee shop. I was hoping you'd figure out the Overwatch position. You always were predictable. Maya's hand went for her backup weapon, but Chen already had a pistol aimed at her face. Don't. We need to talk, just you and me, like old times. We have nothing to talk about. We have Kandahar to talk about, and Marcus, and why you're still breathing when everyone else died. Chen's voice was cold, controlled. On your knees. Hands behind your head. Now. Maya calculated odds. 3 armed operators, plus Chen. Her backup weapon was in an ankle holster. She might reach it, might get one. Shot off before they cut her down. 50-50 chance, at best. Through the window, she could see the Kim house. Junwoo was inside with the family, unaware the trap had already sprung. If I surrender, you let the family go. And Junwoo. I'm not here for them, I'm here for you. Chen gestured with her pistol. Knees, last warning. Maya knelt slowly, buying time, her mind racing. Why, Sarah, we were friends, sisters. What happened? You happened. Chen's mask cracked slightly, rage bleeding through. You and your stupid hero complex, always trying to save everyone, always putting the mission at risk for random civilians. Marcus died because of you, because you insisted on extracting that scientist instead of just putting a bullet in his head like we were supposed to. We were ordered to extract him. We were ordered to kill him. The extraction story was your op plan because you couldn't stomach a straight assassination. Chen moved closer, her pistol never wavering. Reeves gave me the real mission brief 3 days before we deployed. Terminate Nazari and anyone who witnessed the arms deals. Clean slate, no witnesses, but you fought for an extraction plan, and command caved because you were the golden girl. So the ambush was supposed to happen during the extraction. Quick firefight. Nazari dies in the crossfire. Tragic, but necessary. But your modified timeline meant we were inside the compound when Reeves's cleanup team arrived. They weren't supposed to engage us. You got our entire team killed with your last-minute heroics. Maya's world tilted. You're saying I caused the ambush? That my team died because I changed the plan? Now you're getting it. Chen's smile was poisonous. Marcus died calling your name, begging you to save him. But you ran, like you always run, and I survived by making a deal with Reeves. Help him bury the truth about that night, and he makes me disappear with enough money to start over. But you didn't start over, you're still working for him. Because hunting you is personal now. You got Marcus killed, you destroyed our team. You made me into this. Chen's hand trembled slightly, the only sign of emotion. So, yes, I'm going to capture you. I'm going to make you confess that Kandahar was your fault. And then I'm going to watch you die knowing everyone you loved is dead because of your choices. Sarah, enough talking, Chen nodded to her operators. Zip tie her. We're moving to secondary location. And someone tell Daijung's team they can hit the Kim house now. Let's see if Kang dies defending people he barely knows. Test his loyalty. Maya's radio was still live, which meant Junwoo had heard everything. 2 operators moved toward her with zip ties. She stayed still, submissive, waiting for the moment. One grabbed her right wrist, pulling it down. The other reached for her left. Maya exploded into motion. She grabbed the first operator's wrist and twisted, feeling bone snap. His scream gave her half a second. She drew her ankle weapon and fired twice. Both headshots, both men down before they could react. Chen fired. The bullet grazed Maya's already wounded shoulder, white-hot pain. But Maya was moving, diving behind a sofa as more shots punched through furniture around her. Through the window, she saw muzzle flashes at the Kim house. The attack had started. Junwoo was in a firefight, and she was pinned down. Maya, Chen's voice carried over the gunfire. Surrender now, and I'll call off the hit on the family. Fight, and they all die. Maya's breath came in gasps. Her shoulder was on fire. She had maybe 6 rounds left. Chen had backup somewhere, more operators, better positions. Through her radio, she heard Junwoo's voice tight with strain. Maya, negative on surrender. We're holding them. Complete your mission. My mission is keeping you alive. Your mission is surviving, gunfire punctuated his words. Take Chen out. End this. We've got this covered. He didn't have it covered. She could hear the intensity of fire. Daijung had sent a major force. But Junwoo was giving her permission to focus on Chen, trusting his people to protect the family. Trust. The word Marcus had died trying to teach her. Maya made her choice. She blind-fired twice to keep Chen's head down, then rolled toward the window. Glass shattered around her as she crashed through, falling 10 feet to the lawn below. She hit hard, her shoulder screaming, but rolled with the impact and came up running. Behind her, Chen's voice roared with fury. "After her! Don't let her reach the house!" Maya sprinted across the street, bullets chewing up pavement around her feet. She could see the Kim house ahead, front door splintered, muzzle flashes from inside and out, chaos and violence. She crashed through a side window, landing inside what looked like a child's bedroom. Pink walls, stuffed animals, a 7-year-old sanctuary turned battleground. "Kitchen!" she heard Junwoo shout from somewhere. "They're breaching the kitchen!" Maya ran through the house, following the sound of gunfire. The kitchen was a war zone, shattered cabinets, bullet holes in walls, 3 bodies on the floor in enemy tactical gear. Junwoo held position behind an overturned table, firing controlled bursts at the back door where more attackers were trying to enter. "Basement!" Maya pointed. "Get the family to the basement now." "Already there! I'm holding the choke point!" She joined him, adding her fire to his. 2 more attackers fell, but she could see movement outside, at least 6 more coming, and Chen's team would be here any second. "We can't hold this position," Maya said. "I know, but if we fall back to the basement, they'll trap us there. Then we don't fall back, we push forward, take the fight to them." Junwoo looked at her like she was insane. "There's a dozen of them and 2 of us." "Exactly, they're not expecting us to charge." Maya grabbed a fallen attacker's submachine gun, checked the magazine. "On 3, we go through that door and don't stop shooting until everyone out there is down or running. Surprise and aggression, it's all we've got." "This is a terrible plan. You have a better one?" "No." He reloaded his pistol, his face grim. "But if we die? I'm haunting you." "Deal. 1, 2, 3. They burst through the back door together, weapons blazing. The attackers hadn't expected the countercharge. They were positioned for a siege, not a frontal assault. Maya dropped 3 in the first 2 seconds, her training and rage combining into lethal efficiency. Junwoo fought beside her with controlled fury, each shot precise and devastating. An attacker came at him with a knife. Junwoo disarmed him with brutal efficiency and put him down. The survivors broke and ran. Daijung's team had expected easy targets, not 2 fighters willing to die to protect a family they barely knew. Maya stood in the backyard, breathing hard, covered in blood and cordite, her shoulder wound bleeding again. Around her, 8 bodies, 8 men who'd come to murder children. "Clear!" Junwoo called from the house. "Family secure! No injuries!" Maya nodded, unable to speak through the adrenaline crash. They'd won. Against impossible odds, they'd actually won. Then Chen's voice cut through the night from somewhere in the darkness beyond the fence. "Very impressive, Lieutenant. But this isn't over. I'll see you soon. And next time, there won't be families to protect. Just you and me. Like it should have been in Kandahar." Maya raised her weapon, but Chen was already gone, vanished into Seoul's shadows like a ghost. Sirens wailed in the distance. They had maybe 2 minutes before police arrived. Junwoo appeared beside her, limping slightly, his suit destroyed, his face cut and bruised, but alive. "The other 4 locations?" Maya asked. He checked his phone. "All secure. Sangmin's teams held. The 5 commanders and their families are safe. Daijung lost 20 men tonight and gained nothing. And Chen escaped. But we hurt her. She lost 4 operators, her ambush failed, and you're still alive. That has to burn." Maya looked at the Kim house where a terrified family was emerging from the basement. Mother clutching 2 small children, elderly grandmother supported by Junwoo's guards. They were alive because two people had chosen to fight instead of run. Everyone I protect ends up dead, Maya said quietly. That's what I told you. And yet, here they are, alive, because you protected them. Junwoo's hand found her uninjured shoulder. Maybe you've just been protecting the wrong people, Maya. Or maybe you've been so focused on your failures that you forgot to count your wins. She wanted to argue, but exhaustion was overwhelming. We need to move. Police are coming. Sungmin's already en route with clean vehicles. We'll be gone before they arrive. He studied her face. You did good tonight? I lost Chen. She got away. But she didn't get you, and she didn't get the families, and her alliance with Dai Jung is exposed. Sometimes survival is the victory. Welcome to Afro-Korean Story Hub. Thank you for staying with us through Maya and Junwoo's fight for survival. If you're on the edge of your seat, hit that like button and drop a comment telling us what you think of Agent Chen's betrayal. Did you see it coming? And subscribe because episode 3 is going to blow your mind. Maya's past and Junwoo's present are about to collide in ways no one expects. They made it back to a different safe house, this one deeper in the city, more secure. Sangmin had already swept it and declared it clean. Maya collapsed on the couch, her shoulder throbbing, her body one massive bruise. Dr. Han appeared with his medical bag. You reopened the wound. Again, at this rate, you'll have permanent damage. Add it to the collection, Maya muttered. He cleaned and rebandaged her shoulder while she sat in stoic silence. Junwoo dismissed his guards, leaving just the three of them. Tell me about the Kandahar mission, Junwoo said once Dr. Han finished. Everything. No more fragments. I need to understand what we're really fighting. So Maya told him. The whole story this time, including what Chen had revealed. The real mission versus her extraction plan. The ambush that killed her team. Marcus's last words. Her 2-year run. When she finished, the room was silent except for Seoul's distant traffic hum. Chen blames you for getting your team killed, Junwoo said slowly. But from what you've described, Reeves is the one who created the situation. He sent a cleanup team that engaged friendlies. That's on him, not you. But if I'd followed the original assassination plan, then Nazari would be dead, and you'd never know about the illegal arms deals. Reeves would still be operating freely. Your team still would have been marked for elimination, because you all knew too much. Junwoo leaned forward. Chen's not hunting you because you got Marcus killed. She's hunting you because you're living proof that Reeves is dirty. You're the loose end. She seemed pretty convinced it was personal. Grief makes people rewrite history to make sense of senseless loss. She needs you to be the villain, because the alternative, that Reeves betrayed all of you, is too painful to accept. He paused. Or she knows the truth and is working with Reeves anyway. Either way, she's compromised. Sangmin entered with his laptop. Boss, we have a situation. Good news and bad news. Good news first. I could use some. Dai Jung's 5 commanders officially defected. They're willing to testify about his corruption and violence. With their testimony, we can legitimately claim leadership of the organization. The younger generation will follow you. He's lost. That is good news. What's the bad? Daejung knows he's lost, which makes him extremely dangerous. Cornered animals lash out. Sangmin pulled up surveillance footage. He just executed 3 of his own lieutenants for suggesting surrender. He's gone full scorched earth. If he can't have the organization, he'll destroy it. How? Maya asked. Our intelligence says he's planning something massive. An attack that will draw so much police and government attention that the entire organization collapses. He doesn't care about survival anymore. He wants to burn everything down and make sure you don't get to rule the ashes. Junwoo's jaw tightened. What kind of attack? We don't know yet, but our informant says it involves civilians, high body count, maximum media coverage. Sangmin's expression was grim. Whatever he's planning, it happens within 48 hours. Maya's tactical mind started working through scenarios. High body count, maximum media coverage, destroys your organization's credibility. He's going to hit a public target and make it look like you ordered it, frame you for terrorism or mass murder. Can't. We've been careful to keep civilian casualties minimal. Our reputation won't matter if bodies are piled high enough. Public perception trumps facts. Maya stood, pacing despite her exhaustion. What are the highest value targets in Seoul? Places where an attack would generate the most outrage? Schools, hospitals, government buildings. Too hardened, too much security. He needs something softer, but still symbolically important. She stopped pacing. What about the charity event? The one you mentioned last week? Junwoo's face went pale. The Children's Foundation Gala, 500 attendees, politicians, celebrities, business leaders, all the major news outlets covering it. It's in 36 hours. That's his target. Has to be. Maximum casualties, maximum media, and he can frame it as your organization targeting the elite while pretending to be legitimate. Security will be intense. How would he even get weapons inside? He doesn't need to get weapons inside if he's not planning to survive it. Suicide bombers, vehicle ramming attack, drone strike. There are dozens of ways to kill hundreds of people if you don't care about escaping. Sangmin was already on his phone. I'll alert our security contacts. Get them to increase protection at the venue. That's not enough, Maya said. Daijung's desperate. He'll have contingency plans. We need to find him and stop him before the attack launches. He's gone to ground. We've had people searching for 3 days with no hits. Then we make him come to us. Maya looked at Junwoo. He wants to destroy your organization? Let him think he's succeeded. Stage a very public breakup. Make it look like your commanders are abandoning you, that the defections failed, that you're weak and isolated. That's insane. It would actually make us weak. It would make you appear weak. Big difference. If Daijung thinks you're vulnerable, he might come after you directly instead of wasting resources on the gala attack. He gets to kill you personally. Claim victory, take back control. You're suggesting we use boss as bait, Sangmin said flatly. I'm suggesting we use me as bait. Daijung wants Junwoo dead, but Chen wants me captured. If I make myself visible, coordinate with Daijung to share the target, they both get what they want. One location, one trap, we take them both out. And when they bring overwhelming force to kill or capture both of us, we bring more. Every loyal fighter you have, staged and ready, the 5 defecting commanders and their men. We turn their trap into ours. Maya met Junwoo's eyes. It's risky, but it's better than letting Daijung kill hundreds of children at a charity gala. The room fell silent as everyone processed the plan. Dr. Han spoke up quietly. It could work. Both your enemies want you badly enough that they might overlook obvious setup. Desperation makes people sloppy. Or it makes them more dangerous, Sangmin countered. Boss, this is suicide. So is doing nothing. Junwoo stood, his decision made. Maya's right. We can't let hundreds of innocents die because we were too afraid to take a risk. Set it up. Leak to our informants that I'm meeting with the 5 commanders at a warehouse in the industrial district. Make it look like we're planning the power transfer. Coordinate timing so both Daijung and Chen's people hear about it. When? Sangmin asked. Tomorrow night, 24 hours before the gala. Gives them time to plan, but not enough time to see through the deception. Junwoo looked at Maya. You sure about this? No, but I'm sure doing nothing gets people killed. At least this way, we control the battlefield. You're going to get us all killed, Dr. Han muttered, but he was already packing his medical supplies for what would inevitably be needed. The next 24 hours passed in intense preparation. Sangmin coordinated with the five defecting commanders, positioning their forces around the warehouse without being obvious about it. Maya walked Junwoo's guards through urban combat tactics, teaching them how to fight outnumbered and win through positioning and discipline. She also had a private conversation with Junwoo late that night, both of them exhausted, but unable to sleep. "Why are you doing this?" she asked. They sat on the safe house roof, Seoul stretching endlessly in all directions. "You could cut me loose. Tell Chen where I am. Save your organization and yourself." "Could I?" He didn't look at her, his eyes on the city. "Because from where I'm sitting, you're the only person in my life who's proven they'll die protecting what matters. Everyone else has an angle, a price, a breaking point. But you jumped in front of a bullet for a stranger. You fought through injuries to save a family you'd never met. You're willing to walk into a trap tomorrow to stop a massacre. That's just training, military programming. That's character. Programming doesn't make you cry when you think about Marcus. Programming doesn't make you feel guilty about surviving. You're not a machine, Maya. You're someone who cares so much it literally nearly killed you." He finally looked at her. "That's rare, that's valuable, that's worth protecting. Even if it gets you killed? I've been dying slowly for years in an organization built on fear and violence. At least this way, if I die, it's for something that matters. Someone who matters." His hand found hers. "You asked me once why I care. That's why. Because you reminded me what it feels like to be human." Maya's throat tightened. "I'm going to disappoint you. I disappoint everyone eventually. Then disappoint me, I'll survive. Or I won't. But at least we'll face it together." She wanted to say something meaningful, something that matched his honesty. But words failed, so she just squeezed his hand and sat in silence, while Seoul glittered below them, indifferent to the violence that would come with tomorrow's sunset. The warehouse was perfect for an ambush. Multiple entry points, limited cover, high ceiling with exposed rafters for snipers. Maya hated it on sight, which meant their enemies would love it. "This is where you're planning the power transfer?" she asked Sangmin. "According to the information we leaked, yes. Junwoo and the five commanders meeting to formalize the transition. We made it sound official, important, the kind of thing Daijung can't let happen. And Chen? We added details about you being here as military consultant. Made it clear you'll be present, vulnerable, distracted by the meeting." Sangmin checked his watch. "Intel says both Daijung and Chen's teams are mobilizing. ETA 90 minutes. Our forces? 60 fighters staged in surrounding buildings. The five commanders brought their best people. Everyone knows the rules of engagement. Let them enter the warehouse. Spring the trap once they're committed. No one escapes. Casualties? We'll take some. No way around it in a fight this size." Sangmin's face was grim. "But better us than 500 kids at a gala." Maya nodded, checking her weapons for the dozenth time. Fresh magazines, backup pistol, knife, body armor that actually fit this time, courtesy of one of the defecting commanders. Her shoulders still hurt, but Dr. Han had given her enough painkillers that she could function. Junwoo appeared, dressed in tactical gear instead of his usual suit. It made him look harder, more dangerous. "Command center is set up. Sangmen will coordinate from there. You and I are here as the bait." The very visible, very shootable bait. That's the job. He checked his own weapons. The five commanders are in position at their assigned entry points. When the shooting starts, they collapse inward. Classic hammer and anvil. Assuming Daijung and Chen don't kill us in the first 30 seconds. Well, yes, there is that small detail. He almost smiled. "Any last words in case this goes badly?" "Don't die. I'd hate to have saved you twice just to watch you get killed because of me. I'll do my best." His expression turned serious. "Maya, if this goes wrong, if Chen captures you, don't tell her anything. She'll torture you for information about where the families are hidden, where Sangmin is coordinating from. Hold out as long as you can. And then, there's a cyanide capsule in your vest pocket. If capture is inevitable and torture is certain, you have the option. Maya found the small pill, stared at it. You're giving me suicide pills? I'm giving you choices. That's all any of us have in the end. The choice of how we die. He gripped her shoulder. But I'd prefer you choose to live, so let's make sure that happens. Incoming, Sangmin's voice crackled over the radio. 2 convoys approaching from different directions. North side looks like Daijung's people. East side is Chen's team. Both groups are large. Boss, they brought armies. How many total? Best estimate, 40 to 50 hostiles. They outnumber us even with our staged reinforcements. Maya and Junwoo exchanged looks. They'd expected maybe 20 enemies total. This was more than double their worst-case scenario. Too late to abort, Maya said. They're committed. If we run now, they'll know it was a setup and go after the gala anyway. Then we hold. Sangmin, tell our people to tighten up. Focus fire on leadership first. Take out Daijung and Chen. The rest might break. The warehouse had been set up to look like a legitimate meeting. Table in the center, chairs arranged, documents spread out for show. Maya and Junwoo stood near the table, exposed and vulnerable, watching the entry points. The doors exploded inward simultaneously from 3 directions. Daijung's forces came from the north. 20 men in tactical gear, weapons raised. Chen's team breached from the east. Another 15 operators moving with military precision. And from the south, a third group that made Maya's blood run cold. More American operators. A backup team. Chen had brought reinforcements. Contact! Maya screamed, diving behind a concrete pillar as gunfire erupted from every direction. Junwoo rolled behind a steel beam, returning fire immediately. The trap had sprung, but they were the ones caught in it. Now! Junwoo roared into his radio. All teams, now! The surrounding buildings erupted with gunfire. Junwoo's 60 fighters opened up from elevated positions, catching the attackers in a crossfire. The 5 commanders' forces charged in from the rear, hitting the enemy from behind. The warehouse became a hellscape of bullets and blood and screaming. Maya fought with cold precision, dropping targets with controlled bursts. Beside her, Junwoo moved like death itself, his shots devastating and accurate. But there were so many enemies. For every one that fell, 2 more appeared. Daijung had brought his entire remaining force. This was his last stand too. And Chen's teams were professional, taking cover efficiently and laying down suppressing fire. We can't hold this position, Maya shouted over the gunfire. We need to fall back to secondary location. Negative. If we move, we lose the advantage. Junwoo dropped 3 attackers with rapid precision. We hold until the commanders collapse the perimeter. A grenade landed 5 feet from Maya. She grabbed it and threw it back in one fluid motion, the explosion taking out 4 of Daijung's men. But the shockwave still knocked her down, her ears ringing. Through the chaos, she saw Chen directing her teams with hand signals. The woman was 50 meters away, using a support column for cover, coordinating the assault like conducting an orchestra. Their eyes met across the warehouse. Chen smiled and raised her pistol. Maya rolled as bullets sparked where her head had been. She came up firing, but Chen had already moved, using smoke and chaos as concealment. I've got visual on Daijung, one of the commanders yelled over the radio. West side, behind the shipping containers. Take him, Junwoo ordered. Priority target. More gunfire. Someone screamed. The battle was turning into a grinding attrition, both sides taking casualties but neither breaking. Then Maya heard the sound that made her blood freeze. Helicopter rotors, getting closer. Sangmin, she screamed into the radio. Tell me you hear that. Copy, I hear it. Unmarked helicopter inbound from the north. ETA, 30 seconds. It's Chen's extraction. Maya's mind raced. She never planned to fight this out. She's going to grab us and run. The helicopter appeared through. the warehouse's broken skylights hovering directly above. Ropes dropped. Operators started fast roping down into the battle. Fall back, Junwoo commanded. Everyone out, now! But it was too late. The operators from the helicopter landed in perfect positions, cutting off the exits. Chen's ground team surged forward using the distraction. Maya found herself separated from Junwoo, cut off by enemy fighters. She fought desperately, dropping 2 operators, but more kept coming. Her magazine ran dry. She reached for a spare, but hands grabbed her from behind. She fought like a demon, broke one attacker's nose, crushed another's windpipe. But there were too many. They swarmed her, bearing her to the ground through sheer numbers. Maya, Junwoo's voice distant and desperate. She saw him fighting toward her, but he was 50 meters away and surrounded by enemies. A hood went over her head. Zip ties bit into her wrists. She was lifted and carried, still fighting, but it was useless. She heard Junwoo roar with rage, heard intense gunfire, heard Sang-min screaming orders. Then she felt herself being lifted again. Up, up, the sensation of rising. They were winching her into the helicopter. I've got her, Chen's voice triumphant. All teams, extract, mission accomplished. The helicopter banked hard. Through the hood, Maya heard the battle fading below. They'd done it. Chen had grabbed her in the middle of a 3-way battle and was getting away. She'd failed. Again. Everyone she tried to protect ended up. Target acquired! A new voice over what must be Chen's radio. Secondary package located. Moving to secure. Secondary package? Maya's blood turned to ice. They weren't done. They were going after someone else. Who? Chen demanded. Kang? Negative. The coordinator. The one running their command center. Sang-min. They'd located Sang-min. Take him alive if possible. Intel value. If not, confirm the kill. Maya struggled against her restraints with desperate strength, but it was useless. She was trussed like an animal, hood over her head, being carried away while Chen's people went after the one man who'd kept Junwoo's organization together. The helicopter leveled out, flying fast. Maya could hear others breathing around her. Operators, Chen, maybe others being extracted. Remove her hood, Chen said. I want her to see where she's going. Rough hands yanked the hood off. Maya blinked in the harsh helicopter interior lighting. She was surrounded by 6 operators, all armed, all professional, and across from her, smiling with cold satisfaction, Sarah Chen. Hello, Maya. Let's have that conversation now. The one about Kandahar, about Marcus, about why you're the one who lived while everyone else died. Chen leaned forward. Because we have a lot of time. The black site we're taking you to is very private, very secure, very far from anyone who might try to rescue you. She pulled out a tablet and turned it to face Maya. On the screen, live footage showed Sang-min's command center. Chen's team had surrounded it. Explosives were being placed on the doors. Your friend has about 2 minutes to live, unless you cooperate. Tell me where the 5 commanders are hiding their families, and I'll call off the assault. Stay silent, and you get to watch him die. Your choice, Lieutenant. Start talking. Maya looked at the screen, at Chen's expectant face, at the operators surrounding her. She thought of Junwoo fighting in the warehouse below, probably wounded, possibly dead. She thought of Marcus dying in the desert while she ran. She thought of every failure, every person she couldn't save, every time she'd made the wrong choice. And then she thought of the Kim family, alive because she'd chosen to fight. Of the 5 commanders' families, safe because they'd refused to surrender. Of Junwoo's words on the rooftop, at least we'll face it together. Maya met Chen's eyes and spoke clearly, despite her exhaustion and pain and fear. Go to hell, Sarah. Chen's smile vanished. Wrong answer. She nodded to the operator monitoring the tablet. Breach and clear, no survivors. On the screen, the explosives detonated. Sangmin's command center erupted in fire and smoke. The feed cut to static. Maya screamed, a wordless sound of rage and grief. Another person dead because of her. Another failure to add to the pile. Chen watched her with cold satisfaction. That's one. We have locations for all your safe houses, all of Kang's properties. Every hour you don't cooperate, another site gets hit. Another person dies. Until you tell me what I want to know, or until everyone you care about is dead, your choice. The helicopter flew on through the night, carrying Maya toward whatever horrors waited at the black site. Below, Seoul glittered, indifferent to the violence in its skies. And somewhere in the burning warehouse, Junwoo fought on, unaware that the woman who'd saved his life was now beyond his reach, a prisoner of ghosts from her past who would break her or kill her trying. Chen pulled out a syringe. This will make the trip more comfortable. When you wake up, we'll begin the real interrogation. The kind that makes you beg to tell us everything. She injected the drug into Maya's neck. The world started to swim, consciousness fading. Maya's last thought before darkness took her was simple and terrible. I'm sorry, Junwoo. I'm sorry, Marcus. I'm sorry I couldn't save any of you. Then nothing. Just the void. And the terrible certainty that this time there would be no escape. Far below, in the burning warehouse, Junwoo watched the helicopter disappear into the night sky, carrying away the woman who'd become far more than an ally in just a few short days. Blood streamed from a dozen wounds. Around him, the battle still raged. Daijung's forces against his own, both sides too committed to stop now. But all Junwoo could see was that helicopter vanishing into darkness, taking Maya to a fate he couldn't prevent. Boss! One of the commanders appeared, supporting an injured fighter. Daijung is down! His men are breaking! We've won! Won. The word meant nothing. They'd stopped Daijung but lost Maya, traded one victory for a more devastating defeat. Sangmin, Junwoo said into his radio, his voice hollow. Status on command center. Silence. Static. No response. Sangmin, respond. Nothing. Just the crackle of dead air where his oldest friend's voice should have been. Junwoo sank to his knees among the bodies and shell casings, the weight of loss crushing down on him. 2 people gone in one night. 2 people he'd sworn to protect. 2 failures he'd carry for whatever remained of his life. Around him, his people celebrated their victory over Daejung. But Kang Junwoo, crime boss and reluctant reformer, could only stare at the night sky where the helicopter had disappeared. I'm coming for you, he whispered to the darkness. I don't care where they take you. I don't care how many enemies I have to fight. I'm coming for you, Maya. Hold on. Just hold on. The night swallowed his words, offering no promises, no guarantees. Just the cold certainty that the fight was far from over. And somewhere in that darkness, Sarah Chen smiled, certain of her victory at last. Welcome to Afro-Korean Story Hub. Thank you so much for watching this intense journey with us. If your heart is racing right now, hit that like button, subscribe to our channel for more emotional stories, and tell us in the comments. Can Junwoo rescue Maya from a CIA black site? Is Sangmin really dead? What will Chen do to Maya? Your engagement helps us continue creating these stories. Episode 3 drops next week, and we promise you, the darkest hour is just beginning. Maya and Junwoo have never faced stakes this high. Thank you for being part of our community. See you in Episode 3, where everything changes.